I remember the day they first arrived, their ships breaching the tranquil expanse of our sky like comets, daring to kiss the surface of our world. What manner of creatures are these? I mused aloud, my tendrils quivering with a mixture of apprehension and intrigue, as I observed them disembark with an almost childlike eagerness. Their forms were so fragile, so unassuming, yet they moved with a confidence that belied their appearance. One of them approached me, a smile playing on its lips, a universal gesture, it seemed, of peace or perhaps naivety. "Hello there. We come in peace," it said, the translation device around its neck converting its speech into my own language with a slight static hum. "Peace," I echoed, the concept feeling alien on my tongue in this context. "Yet you venture into the unknown, to worlds that could harbor beings or forces beyond your comprehension. Is that not the height of recklessness?" The human smile widened, its eyes sparkling with a fervor that the void of space itself couldn't dampen, or the height of curiosity it countered. "We find that the greatest discoveries often require a leap into the unknown. Besides, what's life without a little adventure?" Adventure? The word lingered in the air between us, a testament to the chasm of understanding that lay between our species. My people had long outgrown such juvenile pursuits, our society evolving into a serene, contemplative existence. Here stood this human, embodying the chaos and unpredictability of the cosmos in a form so compact it was almost. As more humans mingled with my kind, their peculiarities became more apparent. They laughed in the face of danger, found joy in the simplest of interactions, and approached every aspect of our culture with an insatiable thirst for knowledge. They were like children, I realized, viewing the galaxy as their playground, every planet a new corner to explore, every species a potential friend. Their technology, while not the most advanced, was wielded with such creativity and adaptability that it could only be described as unnerving. In their hands, even the simplest tools became instruments of unforeseeable potential. They repaired what was broken, improved what was inefficient, and always asked, "What's next?" I found myself, much to my surprise, drawn to these humans. Their zest for life was infectious, their resilience inspiring. In their company I began to see the universe through their eyes, a vast tapestry of wonder and mystery, not a collection of calculated risks and predictable outcomes. One evening, as we watched the twin suns of my world dip below the horizon, painting the sky with hues that no artist could replicate, a human named Alex turned to me and asked, "What do you think, my friend? Are we not more alike than different?" In that moment, bathed in the fading light of day, I considered his question. Our forms were disparate, our cultures worlds apart, yet there was a common thread that bound us, the unquenchable desire to know, to explore, to understand. Perhaps in that sense, we were kin spirits intertwined by the same cosmic curiosity. To humans, with their unbridled enthusiasm and indefatigable spirit, had brought something to our world that had been long forgotten. Amidst the tranquility and order of our existence, they reminded us of the value of discovery, the beauty of taking chances, and the profound connections that can arise from reaching out across the void. As the stars above us twinkled, indifferent witnesses to the countless stories unfolding beneath them, I found myself grateful for this encounter. The humans, seen by the galaxy as the unnerving race, had rekindled a flame within us, a yearning for adventure that we didn't realize we had lost. In their presence, we learned to look at the universe not as a place to be feared or controlled, but as a grand, infinite adventure waiting to be embraced. And perhaps, just perhaps, in the echoes of their laughter and the depth of their courage, we discovered a little more about ourselves. We thought we knew what the galaxy had to offer, but it was the arrival of the humans that truly opened our eyes. In their boundless curiosity and their fearless pursuit of the unknown, we saw a reflection of what we could become once more. An interstellar race, not just of thinkers and dreamers, but of explorers and adventurers, ready to face the vast, uncharted wonders of the cosmos, together. The more time I spent with the humans, the deeper my fascination grew. One evening, as we sat watching the stars twinkle in the sky, a human named Maya turned to me with a sparkle in her eye, a precursor to what I had come to understand as a sharing of human fun fact. "Did you know," she began, her voice laced with excitement, "back on Earth, people jump out of perfectly good airplanes for fun." I tilted my head, my tendrils twitching in confusion. "For fun?" I echoed, unable to conceal my bewilderment. "You mean to escape danger?" Mia laughed, a sound I had grown fond of. No, just for the thrill of it. It's called skydiving. There's something about the free fall, the rush of the wind. Humans find it exhilarating. The concept was alien to me. My people valued tranquility and contemplation, finding joy in harmony and the gentle flow of time. The idea of seeking thrills in potential peril was unsettling. And it's not just skydiving, she continued, eager to share more of humanity's peculiarities. We explore the depths of our oceans, climb the highest mountains, and we've even sent people to the moon. The moon. I had read about it in their transmissions, a barren satellite, yet they ventured there out of sheer curiosity. You are a race of explorers, then, I mused, always seeking the next frontier. Maya nodded, her eyes alight with dreams of distant worlds. Exactly. And now we're here, among the stars, meeting new friends like you. Her gaze softened. What about your people? What thrills you? I pondered her question, realizing that our thrills came from intellectual pursuits, the unraveling of cosmic mysteries through thought and meditation. Yet as I shared this with Maya, I couldn't help but feel a sense of longing, a yearning for the unknown that humans embodied so effortlessly. Our conversation shifted to their fascination with alien cultures, a topic that brought me equal parts pride and anxiety. We've always believed in learning from others, Maya explained. It's your art, your science, your way of life. It's all so different, so fascinating. It helps us see the universe from new perspectives. I found myself warming to the idea, the notion that differences could be celebrated rather than feared. Humans, with their boundless curiosity and insatiable desire for adventure, were not just exploring the galaxy. They were weaving the rich tapestry of its diverse cultures into a greater understanding of what it meant to be alive in the cosmos. As the night deepened and the stars shone brighter, I realized that humanity's enigmatic nature was not a puzzle to be solved, but a mystery to be appreciated. Their reckless courage, their unyielding curiosity, and their profound respect for the unknown were traits that, while unnerving, were also deeply admirable. Sitting there beside Maya, under the vast canopy of the universe, I felt a bridge forming between our worlds, a connection built on the mutual exchange of ideas and experiences. For the first time, I understood the true strength of humanity, their ability to inspire, to challenge the status quo, and to bring light to the darkest corners of the galaxy. We might have been from different worlds, but in that moment, under the gaze of a million stars, we were united by a shared spirit of discovery. Humanity, with all its peculiarities and contradictions, was indeed an enigma, a beautiful, unfathomable enigma that had, against all odds, found a place in the galaxy and in my heart. The galaxy had faced threats before, colossal storms of cosmic unrest that ebbed and flowed through the eons. Yet nothing compared to the shadow plague, a relentless force that consumed life, and hope with equal veracity. Civilizations more ancient and wise than ours could fathom had fallen silent, their stars snuffed out in the night sky like candles in a tempest. It seemed, at last, the galaxy itself was dying, gasping for breath under the suffocating darkness of the plague. I was discussing the latest reports with Alex, a human who had become not just a representative of his species, but a dear friend. His species' audacity still caught me off guard, their unwavering optimism a stark contrast to the despair that had gripped so many. You've seen the data, Alex. Entire systems gone. What can possibly be done? I couldn't mask the hopelessness in my voice, the weight of impending doom heavy on my shoulders. Alex leaned forward, his eyes alight with that undying spark of human resolve. We do what humans do best, he said, a grin spreading across his face. We get creative. Creative. The term seemed woefully inadequate given the scale of the crisis. Yet, as he began to outline their plan, I found myself drawn into the sheer audacity of their scheme. Humans, it seemed, had a penchant for finding light in the darkest. Their plan was to create a series of resonance beacons, devices capable of emitting a harmonic frequency that, in theory, could disrupt the plague's advance, a melody sung against the silence of annihilation. To say I was skeptical would be an understatement. The idea of fighting darkness with light, with sound, was something out of a child's storybook, and yet the more we discussed, the more the impossible began to seem merely improbable. The humans had rallied a coalition, a patchwork fleet of every capable ship, from every corner of the galaxy willing to stand with them. They weren't just planning a defense, they were launching an assault on the very heart of the Shadow Plague. The day of the apparition arrived with a tension that could have rivaled the birth of stars. I stood on the bridge of the human flagship, the heart of their audacious gambit, as ships from 100 worlds formed up around us. The beacons, our hope incarnate, were deployed, floating like fireflies into the void. Then, with a command that will echo through history, Alex initiated the sequence. The beacons came to life, pulsing in the darkness, a symphony of light and sound against the encroaching void. At first, nothing happened, and my heart sank. Had our last, best hope been nothing but a fool's errand? But then, a miracle. The darkness faltered, recoiled. The plague, this all-consuming maw, seemed to hesitate, then withdraw, repelled by the resonance of the beacons. Across the galaxy, stars blinked back into existence, a slow dawn after the longest night. The impossible, fueled by human ingenuity and the collective will of a galaxy united, had been achieved. In the aftermath, as celebrations erupted across worlds and species, I found Alex looking out into the void, a contemplative expression on his face. "What's on your mind?" I asked, joining him at the viewport. He turned to me, the weight of what we had accomplished reflected in his gaze. "Just thinking about what's next," he said. "The galaxy is full of mysteries, of challenges to face and wonders to discover. This victory, it's not just about surviving the plague. It's a reminder that together, there's no limit to what we can achieve." As I stood there with him, looking out at the stars that had once again become beacons of hope and promise, I realized the truth in his words. Humanity, with their unorthodox strategies and indomitable spirit, had not just turned the tide against the darkness. They had rekindled the light of hope across the cosmos. Reaching that moment, I knew that the galaxy would never be the same. The Shadow Plague had been a crucible, one that had forged bonds of unity and friendship among countless worlds, and at the heart of it all were the humans, a race that had proven themselves not just survivors, but saviors in the eyes of the galaxy. As we gathered in the briefing room, a sense of anticipation hung thick in the air. Alex, ever the emblem of human determination, stood at the forefront, holographic displays flickering to life around him. "All right, team," he began, his voice carrying a mixture of confidence and camaraderie that seemed to define his species. "We've got a planet to save." I couldn't help but marvel at the assortment of beings present, each from a different corner of the galaxy, brought together by the singular goal of combating the Shadow Plague. Yet it was the humans, with their unyielding spirit, who had united us under this common cause. "Our mission," Alex continued, pointing to a cluster of stars on the display, "is to deploy a series of quantum resonators. These devices," he gestured to a sleek, cylindrical object that floated beside him, "are designed to disrupt the plague's ability to consume starlight, essentially starving it." The technology was impressive, a testament to human ingenuity, but it was their strategy that truly bewildered me. "You plan to outsmart the plague?" I asked, skepticism lacing my tone. The very idea seemed audacious, yet undeniably human. Alex met my gaze, his eyes alight with the spark of challenge. "Exactly. We can't outgun it, but we can outthink it, and that's where you all come in." He proceeded to outline our roles, detailing the unique contributions each species could offer. The humans had meticulously crafted a plan that leveraged the strengths of every member, from the telepathic abilities of the Zeltrons to the advanced shielding technology of my own people. It was a symphony of skills, orchestrated by humans who believed, against all odds, that victory was within reach. The mission itself was fraught with danger. As we navigated through infected sectors, stealthily deploying resonators, the plague's tendrils lashed out, sensing our presence. Yet, under human leadership, we persevered, adapting our tactics with each encounter. A dance of light and shadow played out against the backdrop of dying stars. There was a moment, I recall, that epitomized human bravery. An unexpected surge of the plague threatened to overwhelm us, its dark mass engulfing one of our ships. Without hesitation, Alex and his team launched a daring rescue operation, maneuvering their ship into the heart of darkness. The operation was risky, bordering on suicidal, yet through a combination of precise flying, quick thinking, and a good dose of human stubbornness, they managed to save the crew, emerging from the plague's grasp like a phoenix from the ashes. Watching them, a sense of awe filled me. Here were beings who faced the abyss with a smile, who saw insurmountable odds as merely another challenge to overcome. In that moment, I understood the essence of humanity's strength. It wasn't just their technology or their creativity. It was their indomitable will, the refusal to accept defeat. As the mission progressed and the resonators began to take effect, we witnessed the first signs of hope. Stars that had been dimmed by the plague flickered back to life, a testament to our collective efforts and human ingenuity. As in the aftermath, as we gathered to celebrate our hard-won victory, I found myself reflecting on the journey. Humanity, with their boundless curiosity and fearless heart, had not just led us to triumph over the shadow plague. They had shown us the power of unity, of diverse beings coming together to face a common enemy. Alex clapped a hand on my shoulder, his grin as bright as the stars we had saved. See? Told you we'd make a great team. Indeed, we had. Under human leadership, we had achieved the impossible, forging not just alliances, but friendships that would endure beyond the crisis. The galaxy had viewed humans as the unnerving race, their practices bizarre, their courage reckless. Yet, it was those very qualities that had saved us all. In the end, it wasn't just a victory over the shadow plague. It was a declaration of what could be achieved when the galaxy stood together, led by the unassuming yet formidable spirit of humanity. Amid the swirling chaos of our mission against the shadow plague, a defining moment unfolded, one that would forever alter my perception of humanity and their place in the cosmos. Alex and I, along with our composite crew, were aboard the flagship, navigating through a sector that was a labyrinth of dark energy and debris, remnants of worlds lost to the plague. "We're approaching the critical juncture," Alex announced, his voice calm yet infused with an underlying excitement. "This is where we try something a little unconventional." Unconventional was a term I had come to associate closely with humans, but nothing could have prepared me for what came next. Alex explained the plan to deploy a device designed not to destroy, but to harmonize with the plague's frequency, to essentially sing to it in a way that could either pacify it or provoke an unknown reaction. The concept was beyond our understanding, a gamble that defied not just logic, but perhaps sanity itself. Thing to the darkness, I couldn't hide my incredulity. "Alex, this is a force that has obliterated civilizations. How can we possibly hope to influence it with music?" Alex's smile was the embodiment of human defiance, a spark that refused to be extinguished by doubt or fear. "Music, my friend, is a universal language. It speaks to the heart, to the very essence of beings. We've seen hence that the plague reacts to certain vibrational frequencies. We're just taking that idea to the next level." As the device was activated, a deep, resonating tone filled the space around us, vibrating through the hull of the ship and into the void beyond. It was a sound both haunting and beautiful, a melody of hope in the face of oblivion. To our astonishment, the surrounding tendrils of the plague began to still, the chaotic movements ceasing as if lulled by the song we cast into the darkness. Around us, the void lightened, the oppressive weight that had hung over us lifting with each note that rang out into the cosmos. In that moment, I witnessed the impossible made reality by human hands. Their audacious strategy, born of a blend of science and art, of intellect and intuition, had achieved what brute force and advanced technology could not. As the darkness receded and the stars began to shine through once more, I turned to Alex, my expression one of newfound respect and wonder. "Your people," I said, "are truly remarkable. You see paths where others see dead ends. You find hope where there is despair." Alex clapped a hand on my shoulder, a gesture I had come to recognize as one of camaraderie. "We're all in this together," he replied. "It's not about human or alien. It's about facing the darkness with light, with whatever tools we have. Today, it was a song. Tomorrow, who knows? The universe is full of surprises." As we continued our mission, buoyed by our success, I reflected on the turning point we had just experienced. Humanity, with their unorthodox methods and indomitable spirit, had not only provided a beacon of hope against the shadow plague, but it also illuminated a new way forward for all of us. In their willingness to embrace the unknown, to blend science with imagination, humans had demonstrated a unique strength that complemented the collective wisdom of the galaxy. They had shown that even in the vastness of space, amid the myriad species that call it home, there is room for new ideas, for daring to dream of peace in the face of darkness. And as we journeyed on, I realized that the galaxy was not just witnessing the courage of humanity, but was learning from it, inspired by the example they set. The turning point was not just in our battle against the plague, but in our understanding of what it means to be part of a galactic community. In their boldness, humans had not only turned the tide against the darkness, but it also opened our eyes to the infinite possibilities that lie in unity, in sharing our strengths, and in facing the unknown together. In the aftermath of the Shadow Plague's retreat, As the cosmos began to inhale the sweet draft of peace once more, I found myself in quiet dialogue with Alex on the observation deck of the human flagship. Our gaze was fixed upon the celestial ballet of stars and nebulae, now freed from the plague's oppressive shroud. "You humans," I began, my tone reflective, "have reshaped the galaxy's view of you. From beings once seen as reckless and curious to the brink of folly, to champions of the galactic community." Alex turned to me, a light of understanding in his eyes. "And yet, I sense a but in your voice," he replied, his human intuition catching the subtle undercurrent of my words. "But," I conceded, "with respect comes a measure of wariness. You've shown that the limits we believed immutable can be pushed, broken even, with the right mix of bravery and ingenuity. It's unnerving." A chuckle escaped Alex, free and easy, yet he nodded in acknowledgement. "Unnerving, maybe. But necessary, don't you think? The universe doesn't change for the cautious. It rewards the bold, the innovators, the dreamers." His words, so quintessentially human, sparked a flurry of thoughts within me. Throughout the crisis, humanity had indeed acted as the fulcrum upon which the fate of the galaxy tilted. Their methods, unconventional and sometimes bewildering, had not only quelled the shadow plague but had also ignited a beacon of hope for all sentient beings. Their actions had forged a new paradigm for what was possible when faced with the void's darkest threats. Yet this admiration was tinged with a sliver of apprehension. Humanity's potential for innovation, for altering the fabric of reality itself, posed questions that many in the galaxy had never thought to ask. "Your people walk a path bordered by brilliance and hubris," I said carefully, choosing my words with the precision of one navigating a field of stars about to go nova. "The galaxy wonders with bated breath. What wonders or terrors humanity will unveil next." Alex's gaze returned to the stars, contemplative, understanding the weight of my words. "It's a balance," he finally said. "One we're still learning to navigate. But note," he added, turning to face me once more, his expression earnest, our drive to explore, to protect, to understand. "It's not for conquest. It's a quest for knowledge, for connection. And in that quest, we value allies like you, like all the species of the galaxy, who share in our journey." In that moment, I realized that humanity, with all its complexities and contradictions, had indeed become an unnerving yet invaluable ally. Their presence in the galaxy had become a catalyst for change, challenging us to reconsider our perceptions of possibility. And as we stood together, watching the cosmos unfold in all its eternal mystery, I felt a profound sense of gratitude for this alliance, for the lessons learned, and for the boundless horizons that now lay open before us. Humanity, with their unrelenting spirit and boundless curiosity, had not just fought back the darkness. They had illuminated the way forward for us all, showing us that together, there was no night we could not face, no star we could not reach. Standing together, gazing into the vast tapestry of stars that lay stretched out before us, Alex and I shared a moment of contemplation. I ventured, my voice tinged with a mix of hope and uncertainty. "The galaxy seems smaller now, more connected, thanks to your kind." Alex turned to me, a thoughtful expression on his face. "It's funny, isn't it? We come from different worlds, literally. But in the end, we're all just looking for the same things: peace, understanding, a future where our children can thrive." The truth of his words resonated within me. In the wake of humanity's arrival on the galactic scene, the fabric of interstellar relations had been irrevocably altered. Their unpredictable nature, once a source of unease, had become a wellspring of potential. "The joint ventures we've begun, the exchange of knowledge and cultures," I continued, "it's unprecedented. Your presence has spurred innovation, fostered new alliances. It's as if humanity has reignited the spirit of exploration and cooperation across the cosmos." Alex nodded, his gaze returning to the stars. "There's so much out there, so many mysteries waiting to be unraveled. Together, I believe there's nothing we can't achieve." As we stood in silence, I couldn't help but feel a surge of optimism. The future was unwritten, a canvas stretched across the universe, waiting for the brushstrokes of countless civilizations to give it shape. Humanity, with their boundless curiosity and fearless heart, had shown us all a new way forward. In their light, we saw not just the reflection of our hopes and dreams, but the promise of a galaxy united in its diversity, a community of worlds bound by shared aspirations and the endless pursuit of knowledge. The road ahead would be fraught with challenges, but one thing was clear: the galaxy would never be the same. And perhaps in this new era of interstellar relations, That was exactly what we needed.